Hey there, let me ask you something. Do you have skeletons in your closet? Things that you're kind of ashamed of from your past? Things that you would hope never come up, that your clients never hear about them? We're going to talk about that today and tell you why it's important sometimes to dig out your skeletons. So who am I? I'm Nancy Ganzikoffer. I am a business coach and body language trainer to interior designers and other creative entrepreneurs. I help you become more profitable, set your pricing, set your services, get the confidence to market yourself and attract your ideal client. It's important for you to watch this video because I want you to understand that sometimes your skeletons are actually your superpowers. And I know that sounds weird, but bear with me. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to use your skeletons to attract your ideal client, be authentic, and connect with them professionally, even though it might be a little bit, about revealing some things that you've gone through in the past. So hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you can be notified of future videos. And let's get going. Sometimes we're afraid to share things from our past, decisions we made, or things that have happened to us that make us feel like we might be judged, we might be embarrassed. But often the things that you're hiding or feeling like you can't reveal might be creating imposter syndrome for you. So when one of my clients comes to me and says, I feel like I'm not good enough, I feel like I have imposter syndrome, do I really know enough to get my clients' work done? Do I really feel like I'm the right person for that job? Let's talk about that, right? Because the hard lessons in life are sometimes exactly what we need in order to feel free, to reveal those lessons in order to attract the people we want to work with and connect with them authentically. In hard times is when we usually learn our greatest lessons. And one of the things I like to get through with my clients is to look forward, not backwards. To actually say to yourself, 6 months from now or a year from now, what is that goal that I am shooting for? And then pretend it's 6 months from now or a year from now, whenever your goal was set for, and make believe a friend came up to you and said, wow, you did it. How did you do it? And answer that question. List it out, bullet points, as if you're talking to someone a year from now and you made your goal. How did I do it? Well, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And then I want you to imagine that it's a year from now and you didn't make your goal. And someone came up to you and said, I'm so sorry, you're disappointed you didn't make your goal. How come you didn't make it? And list out the reasons why you didn't make it. And I bet you that is where some of the skeletons will come up. Your insecurities about what you've been through and whether you're really good enough to do what you're trying to do. That exercise alone, when you add up how you got there in the imaginary I got there world, and in the I didn't get there imaginary world, why didn't I? When you list out those two scenarios, the how did I get there, and then why didn't I get there, guess what? That's your formula to start today then, to actually get there. And the feelings that you have related to not being good enough or being afraid to let your skeletons out could peek their ugly heads in that second half when you say, why didn't I get there? Those are where your insecurities may come up. And that is what you want to look at. Now, that is just one exercise to sort of dig out the skeletons to see what might be holding you back from making your goals. But I also want to explain to you that sharing your stories about your life makes a lot of difference in who is attracted to you, and often will bring you exactly the people who are meant to be attracted to you into your space, into your world. I have so many examples of this. I don't know which to tell first, to tell you the truth. One example would be years ago when I was making a presentation. I talked about in the beginning a little bit about my life, how I was a banker and then started having children and then went back to become a personal fitness instructor and then had my third child, who was born with a heart anomaly called transposition of the great vessels. He had to have open heart surgery at 5 days old, and it really threw my life into a loop. But I kept going, and after his 2-year quarantine, and he's great today, by the way, he just got out of college and healthy as can be, so don't worry about that. But when I was telling that story on stage, that after his 2-year quarantine, I became an art consultant, and now today I'm a coach, as you know. After my presentation, someone came up to me and said, my son had open heart surgery also when he was a child. Another person came up to me and said, I totally get it. I had a sick kid when I was having young babies. And it made those people connect with me. And eventually one of them hired me as their coach because they felt connected to me because of the skeleton in my closet that I never really wanted to talk about. I'm one of those people, I only want, everything's positive and everything's great. But guess what? Not everything's always great. So if there's an appropriate time to share your life story, then I'd love you to do that. I actually had a client who was going through a cancer episode, which was really frightening. And it was really locking her up because she was trying to hide it from all her clients. And as an interior designer, that was kind of hard to do. She needed some grace at times from her clients. I encouraged her to come out with her story on her public profile on Facebook. And when she did, can I tell you something? Her business started to soar. And why? Not because people felt sorry for her. Of course, they reached out to her and gave her some love for what she was going through. But because they remembered her, they connected with her, so many people could relate. And if you're looking to hire someone, you think to yourself, will this person relate to my life? Will they be a good fit for me? Well, I had a situation similar to them, and I feel connected to them. That goes with many things in your life. I've had sick kids. I've been through a divorce. I've been through so many things in my life. And the more I share them, the more people are truly attracted to working with me. And the same thing happens for you. So consider that they're not always skeletons. They're what make you you and who you are. So share them. You might be surprised. The one thing I want to add, though, is you don't want to go and give every blow-by-blow detail, but you can relay the story, the facts, the feeling in a really down-to-earth, non-dramatic, authentic way, and that is what's going to make the difference for you. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have any skeletons in your closet that you feel could be holding you back? Do you have something that triggers you when you're getting nervous, like someone may find out that I was through a divorce and may think differently of me? Someone may find out that I was sick. Someone may find out something about me that I am not proud of. It's okay. And if you can actually get over that anxiety and start releasing it in little tidbits, little lessons, think about it in the positive. You can release it like little lessons in your life, on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're on. You can write a blog about it, right? I remember my very first blog was, I don't remember exactly what title my blog was, but it was about being a mompreneur and how I had so much guilt over that. But in the end, I realized my kids watching me grow a business made them proud of me and taught them a lot of lessons. So what lessons can you get out of your skeletons in your closet? Comment below and let me know what you're struggling with. And let me know what you thought of this video. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so I can keep teaching you what I've learned from all my skeletons in my closets. Bye, everyone.